Good morning, good morning, good morning, all you fine people. Welcome back. Tuesday morning here. Terry Hansen here. It's good to be with you on Traveling with Terry on my 15-minute cruise from my home to the office every single morning. I love jumping on and just sharing some thoughts with you about helping you as a trailblazer in your business, whether you're a manager, a marketer, a sales professional, a customer service representative, or an entrepreneur of any flavor. If you're grinding away in your business, working hard to blaze new trails for your company, for your customers, and even in your personal life, blazing new trails for your personal relationships and all that, I love sharing some thoughts with you that I hope will create value for you, make a difference, and help you lead a healthier, happier, and more successful life. So that's our 15 minutes together with Cruising with Terry. So, hey, this morning I had an interesting experience yesterday that I wanted to share with you and kind of share with you some principles that came out of that I think might help. And it's really kind of boils down to a little known secret that sometimes marketers and salespeople and leaders miss, but that is so vital in motivating potential customers and even our own employees and our children, etc., motivating them to act. See, as salespeople and as marketers and as entrepreneurs, there's always an action that we want our potential customers to take. When they see our advertisements or our marketing efforts, when we're in front of them and we're giving them a sales pitch, or when we are a manager or a leader in some sort of a meeting and we want to see some behavioral or performance change in our employees, we want to see our people act. We want to see them do something. There's a key. Well, first off, there's a couple of reasons why people will resist acting and not taking the steps that we would like to see them take. Number one is they just don't want to. They don't see the value in it. They're confused. They're unsure and unclear as to what exactly they need to do and why they need to do it. So there's a lot of those are some of the reasons why people will fail to act and fail to do anything, is because they're confused or unmotivated or just unclear at why they should do that sort of thing in the first place. And I'll give you a quick example. So I was having a discussion yesterday with some good folks who had launched a brand new program, and the program's not too terribly old. It's basically a book club, and this particular book club is designed for business owners and leaders who want to improve their business in some way, right? And on basically a weekly basis, they like to get together online to discuss the particular book that they're reading and have a discussion, Q&A, and support each other in that effort. And that's great. But one of the frustrations that they were having is not very many people were showing up on a weekly basis to online to have a discussion about what was going on in the book. And so obviously they had this desire to get more people participating on a weekly basis online to have these discussions. So that was the action. And they're frustrated that not many people were doing that sort of thing. And so we were having a conversation about maybe the cause or the reason why. And as I asked some questions, it became clear that the particular book that they were focusing on, that they had not thoroughly done a thorough job in promoting or talking about the book itself, why the book was so important, how the book might be able to help an entrepreneur or a leader in the business, and get the group's buy-in and excitement around A, reading the book, and then B, showing up for the weekly conversation. So as we kind of talked through that, I was reminded of this principle. People will only act if they feel like that it is worth it. People will only act unless they feel like it's worth it. Typically that means they have identified and agreed about a problem or an issue or a challenge that they feel like is worth solving, and the process of acting is worth basically solving that problem. People don't take action unless they feel like there's a problem that's worth solving, and their action is going to help them solve that. But unless they're convinced of that, then they're just simply not going to act. People typically don't act unless they feel like if they act, they're going to get a significant benefit from that, and that it's going to be worth their time. People don't act unless they feel like they can do the action itself. If there's some sort of constraint, if they don't have the skill or the ability or the time or the financial resources, if they feel like their hands are tied and they're handcuffed a little bit, then people won't act if they feel like they can't do it. So those are some of the barriers that we run into as managers, as salespeople, as marketers, as parents even. If we want to see our kids, our potential customers, our employees, if we want to see them act and do, and they're not acting and doing, and we're frustrated with that, we always have to go back to the reason why we want them to act. The action is typically a solution to a problem, and that sort of thing. And if we haven't spent enough time identifying what that problem is, identifying some of the reasons why that problem is creating some undesirable consequences in their life, and frankly asking, is it time to do something about this? If people haven't made that mental step or gone through that mental process of identifying a problem that's worth solving and kind of come to their own conclusion that yes, it's time to do something about it, then they just simply won't act. So as a marketer and as a sales professional, as a leader or an entrepreneur, think about what actions you want your employees or your potential customers or your salespeople or your existing customers or your kids to take. What action do you want them to take? Then think of that like a domino chain. You know, one of my favorite things that we do at home with the kids is we'll set up dominoes and, you know, in these kind of elaborate configurations, and then push the first one and have them all tip over, like doing that. Think about that. The action that you want them to take is being the last domino in that sequence and chain. In order for them to act, there's several dominoes ahead of it that have to be knocked over first. And if you can go back to the beginning of that domino chain and think about, okay, in order for them to act, what do they need to believe or think about? What do they need to know to be true? If that's true, what would they need to do? And kind of work backwards and start your conversation, start your sales pitch, start your marketing message, start your email, start your conversation way back at the first part of the domino, and nurture them along. And then once you've nurtured them along, then invite them to take that action. So it's a simple principle, but oftentimes you and I as marketers and as salespeople and as managers will forget that. So anyway, I think back to the conversation that I had yesterday with some good people that were concerned that that this group in the book club wasn't coming to the weekly online meeting to have conversations as much as they would like. And as I asked questions, it became clear that they hadn't talked about some of the problems in business that happen, how the book itself was a great answer and a great solution to that, and encouraging people to go buy the book. They hadn't spent enough time developing the problem and identifying how the book was going to be a solution. They'd kind of rushed that part. And because of that, you know, there weren't the motivation on the part of the book club people wasn't very high. So they walked out of the conversation with a clear perspective of, okay, I know what I need to do and I know what I need to focus on. So anyway, I think there's a lesson to be learned in there for all of us. So anyway, I hope you guys have a marvelous Tuesday. I hope that helps you, gives you some food for thought and some things to think about. As always, if we can serve you and help you in your organization as a leader, as a marketer, as a sales professional, as a customer service representative, in taking your organization to the next level, working with your people to improve their human performance in some way, or just improving the quality of your sales processes and the results that you're getting in your marketing, then reach out to us. Send me a personal message. Happy to schedule a time to chat with you and see what we can do to make a difference for you. So, all right, Trailblazers, great to be with you. Keep blazing those trails and being the great pioneer that you are. I believe in the journey that you're on, what you're trying to accomplish in your family, in your business, and in your personal life. I'm your biggest cheerleader. Love you. Keep up the good work. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Hey, thanks for watching. Did you know every company out there has what we call digital marketing blind spots? These are simple, hidden opportunities for growing and improving your marketing that most of the time people miss. Go to www.arcanemarketing.com and take advantage of our Rise and Ignite digital marketing analysis. It's 100% free to get fresh new insights and ideas to make what you're already doing that much better in 2021.